Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you, and I am your host, दोस्त, and still again in the ghost mode, मोहित जैन. और आज की बड़ी खबर ये है कि yes, TCS NQT registration have started. They have released their exam dates, and they have also released a sample question paper for the first level of examination, that is an aptitude टेस्ट. और ये पेपर का स्टैंडर्ड थोड़ा सा हाई है. विल टॉक एवरीथिंग अबाउट दिस एंड लेट्स सी व्हाट वी हैव नेक्स्ट when we start browsing through their website. देखने को मिलता है कि टेस्ट डेट आर ऑन 18th and 19th February 2021. Registration has started. You may register now, and registration will close on 10th February 2021. So let's see what all is there on their website. About TCS NQT examination, NQT score, and attitude and alignment score, which is necessary. ब्रांड दैट एक्नॉलेज TCS NQT में शायद दो और जुड़े हैं. वन इज मौसमी एंड वन इज विश ट्री. टू मोर brands are now acknowledging TCS NQT. NQT psychometric test. Industry NQT में क्या है is related to IT, banking and retail. You can apply in these three sectors which are coming soon. Once you have NQT score, you can apply for industry NQ2. सब्जेक्ट NQT में IT प्रोग्रामिंग रिलेटेड है, बेसिक कंप्यूटर स्किल्स एंड अकाउंटेंट जॉब. दोज वुड बी कमिंग सून. Why to go journey. If you have a question, you can call them, you can email them, blah blah blah. Everything we have discussed in our previous videos. So let's take a sample test. TCS NQT practice test is there. You just sign in and the test begins. We have general instructions. Go through them, pause the video and go through them. How to answer the question, navigation through action. And there are few things which I want to emphasize here is first, जो general ability या general aptitude का जो test है, all the questions are compulsory. You can't navigate forward when you are attempting a question. You need to submit the answer if you want to, and then only they will permit you to go into the second question. Number one. Number two, all sections are time bounded section. You need to complete in that given time. Number three, if you happen to solve that particular section before the given time, you cannot move to the third section unless and until the time is over. 40 मिनट का अगर सेक्शन है तो 40 मिनट तक आपको उस सेक्शन में रहना है. Then only you can move to the verbal ability section, and then you can move to the reasoning ability section. The sequence is numerical, verbal, and then reasoning. So here I have showcased न्यूमेरिकल एबिलिटी पोर्शन. फटाफट से सारे क्वेश्चंस आपको दिखाए हैं. इफ यू वांट टू सॉल्व, पॉज द वीडियो एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व. once you have solved it, and then come back again and look out for the solution which I have tried and solved it for you. So you will get to see that the standard this time is pretty much different, pretty much above the standard which they have like used in the previous year. This time the sample questions are bit time taking. That's why we need to do 26 questions in 40 minutes. Make sure if you are attempting a question, you are attempting it right, because cutoff would be also very high. Again, a good news, they are conducting these examination 4 times in an year. If by chance you are not able to score good this time, you always have a second chance. Don't worry about this, but do practice a lot before you sit for this examination, and you know your examination dates by now. So start practicing. Pause the video, read the question, try to solve, put a timer for yourself. In 1.5 minutes, in 80 seconds, I need to read the question and solve it. Maximum 90 seconds is on an average allowed per question if we can see like this. So let's begin now. If you have solved all the 26 questions, let's see what the solutions are. These 24 questions of numerical ability were simple yet typical. Yes, you will require to use on-screen calculator and use it. Use it. On-screen calculator is a good standard calculator. Use it. Another thing, exam would be at their center. So please practice using on-screen calculator. Please practice using lesser space, because they might give you only one sheet of paper and a pencil to solve and do rough work. And as far as the analysis is concerned, what I have seen that in these 26 questions, 4 questions were from statistics, 2 from DI, 3 from algebra, that is search indices and identities, mensuration, geometry. 2 questions were there basically from mensuration, 1 from triangle and 1 from hollow pipe, 1 question from SCF LCM numbers, and 14 good questions from arithmetic. And if you want its detailed analysis, then these 14 questions were basically like 1 from percentage, 3 from ratio proportion, 1 from simplification, 1 from mixtures, 2 from time, speed, distance, 2 from profit and loss, 2 from simple interest, compound interest, 2 from time and work. So all different common topics of arithmetic were included, and 14 out of 26, that means more than 50% of the questions were from arithmetic. So I'll take up each question and I'll try to explain that in details. So while explaining, obviously I would be taking more time than the given 90 seconds, so bear with me. Try to understand the concept if some concept is being explained in the question. And it's a long video, I know that, so you may pause it anywhere you like, go back, come back again, and then solve it. But do not miss out with conceptual solution of these 26 questions. On this note, let's begin now. So question number 1, let X be the median of the given data. To find the median of the given data, we need to arrange this first. If we arrange this, we'll get 9, 15, 16, 20, 23, 26, 28, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 43. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 data. That means the center 2 would be the median. Center 2. Median is X. X is equals to 26 plus 28 by 2, that is 27. Now, if 16 and 23 are replaced by 30 and 32, so 16 and 23 out, and now we have two new numbers, 30 and 32. So that would be inserted here, 30 and 32. So again, median. Then y is the median of the resulting data. So y would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gone, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gone would be the median, that is the average of 30 and 32. So median, new median would be 30 plus 32 by 2, that is 31. So we have value of x and we have value of y. Now what is the value of 3x minus 2y? 3 into 27 is 81 and 2 into 31 is 62. 81 minus 62 is 19. That is in option D. Anytime you feel like using a calculator, please use it. A basic calculator is always there on the screen. You should use this. In a company, 58% of the employees are male and rest are female. So, if I male, female, in a company, if there are 100%, 100 members, then 58 are male, so 100 minus 58, 42 should be female. 48% of the employees are graduate. Graduate are 48. That means non-graduate or other than graduate would be 52. 33.33%, that is 1/3 of the graduates are males. So 1/3 of 48 is 16. So males are 16. Now I think that we can complete this table. 48 minus 16 is 32. 58 minus 16 is 42 and 52 minus 42 is 10. Okay, done with this. Now the question is, among females, the percentage of those who are not graduate, that is among female. We are looking out for 10 by 42 into 100 and the calculator value would be 23.8%. 23.8, option B fits in. The ratio of ages of A and B 9 years ago was 23:12. So 9 years ago, their ages was 23x and 12x. The ratio of the ages after 15 years. After 15 years means plus 9 and plus 15. That is plus 24 we need to do. After 24 years, their ratio is 35:24. That means 23x plus 24 by 12x plus 24 is 35 by 24. 23 into 24 is 552x. 35 into 12 is 420 equals 24 into 24 and 35 into 24. That means 11 into 24. That is 264. So x will be 264 by 552 minus 420 is 132. The value of x is 2. That means the ages were 46 and 24 9 years ago. What are their present age? For present age, we need to add 9 to it, and 46 plus 9 would be 55, and 25 plus 9 would be 24 plus 9 would be 33. So the required ratio they are looking out for is 5:3. That is in option D. A sum of rupees x or x is divided among A, B, C, D such that ratio of A and B is 9:5. C's share is 70% of B's share. So if B is 10, C is 7. If I combine these two, what I'll get is 18:10:7. So this is the ratio of A:B:C. And the ratio of share of D to the combined share of B and C. If I take B and C as 17, then this ratio is 1:3. That means D should be 17 by 3. That means the ratio between D and B plus C should be something like 17:51. Done. But here B plus C is 17, which we have converted into 51 by multiplying by 3. So if I'm combining these four, I need to multiply by this by 3. 18 into 3 is 54. This would be 30 and this would be 21. Then these two are 51. Then D would be 17. Bingo. This is the ratio of A is to B is to C is to D. Now, if the share of A is 199, 54 means 199. What is the value of X? We need to add up these 4. 5, 8, 10, 17, 18 and 22. So it is 122. So 54 is 999. Then 122 should be 999 into 122 by 54. And we have a calculator for this. Let me shift it here. 999 into 122 divided by 54 is 2257. 2257, and that features in option B. The sides of a triangular field are 55, 300 and 300. That means it is an isosceles triangle. If we have an isosceles triangle with equal sides A and the unequal sides 2B, then area of that triangle is given by B into root over A square minus B square. Okay, so its area, we need to find the area of triangle. So area of this triangle would be B. B is 55 by 2 into root over A is 300. 300 is square minus 55 by 2 whole square. So that would be 756.25. 90,000 minus 756.25 root 298.73 into 27.5. So area would be 8215. Let us consider 8215. 8215. Now its area is equals to 7/15 of the area of a circular park. So area of circular park is 8215 into 15 divided by 7. That is 17604. 17604 is the area of the circular park. What is the perimeter of the circular park? So this is pi r square, that is 22 by 7 into r square. We can find the value of r again. So this into 7 divided by 22 and square root 74.85. So 74.85 is the radius of the circular park. So the perimeter or the circumference of the circular park would be given by 2 pi r. So that is 74.85 into 2 into 3.14. If we use, that would be 471 approx. So 471.4 is in one of the option D fits in. The ratio of acid and water in 45 liter solution is 5:4. You have acid and water. 45, 5:4, 5:4 means 9, 9, 45 by 9 is 5, 5, 5, 25 and 20 initially. 15 liter of water is added. Let's add 15 liters, so we have 25, 35. Now 144 milliliter of the resulting solution, 52 ml acid is mixed. So this is not 144. In 144 ml, this ratio is 5:7. So this is 12. 144 by 12 is 12. So in 144 ml, we will have 60 ml of acid, and 7 into 12 would be 84 ml of water. Now to this, 52 ml of acid is mixed. So now we have 112 and 84. What is the ratio of water and acid in the final solution? This is the ratio they are looking out for, isn't it? So if I divide this by 4, 21, 4, this would be 28, and then by 7, 4 and 3. 4 is to 3. But the question is, what is the ratio of water and acid? Water and acid is 3 is to 4. Water is to acid would be 3 is to 4. Option B should fit in. Please don't mark on 4 is to 3 because it's an obvious option which you would be tempted to mark. So answer is 3 is to 4. You have just 90 seconds time each question, and over that it is an unescapable question. If you are not attempting this and if you are moving forward, you can't come back to this question. So make sure that if you are attempting it correct. There are no negative marks, but you won't be able to complete all the 26 questions if you are not swift with your calculations. Study the following pie chart and answer the following. This is breakup of total number of employees of a company in its 5 offices A, B, C, D, E. Total number of employees are 240. If 1/3 of the total number of employees of a company in offices B and D, 1/3, B is 108 degree and D is 72 degree. So this accounts to 180 degree. 180 degree into 1/3 is 60 degree. So 2400 is 360 degree on the pie chart. Then 60 degree should be 2400 by 360 by 60, that is by 6, that is 400. That means 1/3 of B plus D is 400. These many people are shifted to offices C and E in the ratio of 2 is to 3. So they are shifted to C and E in the ratio of 2 is to 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 400 by 5 is 80. That means 160 are shifted to C and 240 are shifted to E. Now, the difference between the number of employees in C and E is, now these are the shifted employees. How many were the originally placed at C and E? C is 63%, so, or 63 degrees. So we need to find the value of 63 degrees. That is 2400 by 360 into 63. And use of calculator is allowed, as you people know that. 2400 into 63 divided by 360 will give 420. So 420 original people at C, and E it is 36. So E will be 2400 by 360 into 36, that would be 240. So total number of employees at C is 580 and E is 480. So they are asking about the difference between these two. Difference between these two is 100. So correct answer is 100, that is option B. X takes 2.5 hours more time than taken by Y to cover a distance. Let the distance be D and the speed of X be X and speed of Y be Y. So from the first information, we can say that D by X minus D by Y is 2.5 hours, that is 5 by 2, because X have taken more time. If X doubles his speed, he can cover the same distance in 1.5 hours less time that is taken by Y for the same distance. That means we have one more equation, but this time Y is taking more time. So it would be D by Y minus D upon 2X equals how much time is the difference? 1.5, that is 3 by 2. So we have these two equations. And now if I try to eliminate D from it, what I'll get is d into y minus x upon xy is 5 by 2, and here d into 2x minus y upon 2xy is 3 by 2. So instead of d, I can write 3xy upon 2x minus y into y minus x upon xy is 5 by 2, xy cancel, 3y minus 3x into 2 equals 10x minus 5y. So this would be 16x, 6y plus 11y. So x is to y is 11 is to 16. Very fine. Or we can say x equals 11y by 16. Okay. How much time did y take? So we need the value of y. So if I use this x equals to 11y by 16 in the first equation, I'll have d into y minus x, y minus 11y by 16 upon x is 11y by 16 into y. This is equals to 5 by 2. That means d by y, if I am taking common, 16 y minus 11y, 5y upon, I've taken y, 16 gone, 11y equals 5 by 2. So d by y is 11 by 2. Now the question is, how much time does y require to cover 2/3 of the same distance? That means we need to find the value of 2/3 of d by y. Formula to find time is distance by speed. Distance is 2/3 of d and speed is y. So that is 2/3 of d by y. d by y is 11 by 2. So 11 by 3 is how much? 11 by 3 is 2 by 3 hours. So time taken by y to cover 2/3 of the same distance would be 2 by 3. That is in option B. Study the following table and answer the question. Revenue in rupees lakhs of company ABC from the sale of 4 products in 6 years is given. The total revenue of the company from the sale of product Q in 2015 and 2018, and from the sale of product S in 2015. So we have 176, 184 and 192. If I add up, this would be 552. Is approximately what percentage less than the total revenue from the sale of product P in 2014, P 2014 and 2017, and R in 2013 and 2014. So I need to add these four: 168, 192, 183, 177. This should come to 720. Now how much percentage it is less? So answer would be 720 minus 552 by 720, because comparison is with this figure, into 100. So this would be 168 by 720 into 100. 168 divided by 720 is 23.33%. So answer is 23.3%, that feature in option D. A trader gains 25% by selling an article. Okay, so if cost price of article is 100, selling price of article is 125. At a discount of 35 on its marked price. So there should be a marked price. On marked price, he have given 35% discount. That means 125 is nothing but 65% recovery. Then what should be the marked price? Marked price should be 125 divided by 0.65. That is 192.30. Let me take it as 192. So marked price is 192. If the cost price of the article increases by 28%, that means if new cost price becomes 128, what discount percent should he give on the same marked price? Marked price will remain as 192 and we are looking out for the discount. So to get same profit percentage, that means again he is inspiring for 25% profit. So new selling price would be 128 into 1 by 4 is the profit. That would be 32. So new selling price would be 128 plus 32, that is 160. So 192 minus 160 is 32. He must have given 32 rupees discount. On what? On 192. So new discount percentage is 32 is the discount over the marked price 192 into 100. So 32 divided by 192 is 16.67. It is showing me 16.7%. Since we have taken this in round figure, answer is 16.8%, option B. The income of A is 70% of the income of B. So if we talk about income of A and B, A is 70% of B, that means the ratio should be 7:10. Can I call it 7x and 10x? And the expenditure of B is 20% less than the expenditure of A. So the ratio should be 5:4, 5y, 4y. If the expenditure of A is 5y, is equals to 60% of B's income. 60%, 3/5 of B's income. So we have y equals to 6x by 5 or 1.2x. What is the ratio of their savings? Savings would be income minus expenditure. 7x minus 5y and 10x minus 4y. Now y is 1.2x. So saving of A would be 7x minus 5 into 1.2 is 6x, that is x. And for B it is 10x minus 4.8y, that is 5.2x. So saving ratio would be x upon 5.2x, that would be 10 by 52 or 5 by 26. That is 5:26 is the savings ratio of A and B. Option B fits in. Statistics is an important part because as we can see that there are 4 questions in this 26 questions bank. The standard deviation of the data. Standard deviation is calculated with help of summation x minus x bar whole square by n, where x bar is the mean. So first job is, let us find the mean of the given data quickly. For mean, we need the sum of the data divided by the total number of numbers given. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the sum of these numbers would come to 150. 150 by 10 is 15. 15 would be the mean. Now from these numbers just subtract 15 and square it. You need to be quick with this. 5 minus 15 is 10, whole square is 100. 7 minus 15 is 8, whole square 64. 9 minus 15, 6 is 36. 11 minus 15 is 4, that is 16. 13 minus 15 is 2, that is 4. 16 minus 15, 1, 1. 17 minus 15 is 2, square is 4. 18 minus 15 is 3, square is 9. 19 minus 15 is 4, square is 16. 35 minus 15 is 20, square is 400. And we need to find the sum of this. 500, 600, 25, 45 and 5, 50. So it comes to 650. So SD is root over 650 by 10, that is root 65, and root 65 calculator value is 8.06. So now the standard deviation lies between, it is 8.06 na, it is 8.2, it is still 7.8, 7.4. 7.8 and 8.2, 8.06 lies in this range. Option D is the answer. For the data given below, okay, marks obtained below is given and number of student is given. That means it is a cumulative frequency table. Let us convert them into a normal frequency table. So below and then 10, 20, difference is 20. Let's call it 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. And cumulative frequency is given as 5, 16, 28, 42, 72. First we will calculate the exact frequency. This will be 5. Next class would be 16 minus 5, that is 11. 28 minus 16 is 12. 48 minus 28 is 14. And this would be 30. Now, X is the class mark of the modal class. Now, what do we mean by modal class? Modal class is the class which have got the highest frequency. This is the highest frequency. That means 40 to 50 is a modal class. This is a modal class. We need to find the class mark. Class mark is the midpoint of the modal class. Class mark is the midpoint of any class. We are looking out for the class mark of modal class. That means X is 40 plus 50 by 2, that is 45. Now, Y is the upper limit of the median class. Now, what is the median class? Median class is the class which have n by 2th member. That means median class is the class which have got 36th member. Now, how to find where is the 36th member? We need to go through the cumulative frequency column. And we need to stop where we can have 36th element. Till here 5 elements are there. Till here 16 elements are there. Till here 28 elements are there. Now in the fourth class 42 elements are there. That means in the fourth class we have got element number 29 to 42. Now so where is the 36th element? 36th element is in the class 30 to 40. That means 30 to 40 is the median class. We need to find the upper limit of the median class. So a median class is 30 to 40, upper limit is 40. So value of Y is 40. Now we have value of X, now we have value of Y. Then the question is, what is the value of 2X plus Y? So 2X plus Y equals 2 into 45, that is 90, plus 40, that is 130. 130 is in option C. A typical question from search and indices and a time consuming one. We need to find the square root of the given expression. See, there is an entire process to find the square root of the given expression. Suppose if I'm looking out for the square root of the numerator. Let root over 17 plus 12 root 2 is equals to root x plus root y. Then 17 plus 12 root 2 is equals to x plus y plus 2 root xy. Now if you can try and identify these values, x plus y is equals to 17 and root over xy would be 6 root 2. That means xy is 36, 72. So that will make your life easy if we can work it out here. Like 72 would be 9 into 8 and 9 plus 8 is 17. That means x and y will take value 9 and 8. So here the numerator would be root 8 plus root 9, that is 3. Now similarly, if I take root 11 plus root 72 as root x plus root y, I'll have x plus y equals to 11 and 2 root xy equals to root 72, that is 36 into 2, that is 6 root 2. So here I'll have 9 into 2, 18. Xy is 18, then 9 and 2. 9 plus 2 is 11. So root 9 is 3 plus root 2. This is equals to a plus b root 2, but there is nothing in the denominator, so it is advisable to let rationalize it. So in the numerator we will have root 8 is 2 root 2. We will have 6 root 2 minus 4 plus 9 minus 3 root 2 upon 9 minus 2 is 7. So this is 3 root 2 by 7 plus 5 by 7. If I equate this with a plus b root 2, I'll get a equals to 5 by 7, and when b root 2 is compared with this, b equals to 3 by 7. Now the question, what is the value of a plus 3b? A plus 3b is 5 by 7 plus 9 by 7, that is 14 by 7, and that is equals to 2. So 2 should be the answer. Yes, 2 is there in option D. In these kind of questions, there are high chances that the numerator and denominator are linked with each other somehow. 6.43, let me take this as A, and 5.18, let me take this as B. So this is A square plus, this is B square, and 33.3074, we can take help of the calculator now. 33.3074 when divided by 6.43 gives 5.18. That means this portion is A into B. So numerator is A square plus AB plus B square. And if we can click it, we know that A cube plus B cube is A plus B into A square minus AB plus B square, and A cube minus B cube is A minus B into A square plus AB plus B square. Now if this is A square plus AB plus B square, there are high chances that in the denominator we might get A cube minus B cube. And let's see this. This is A, but what is 41.3449? 41.3449 is nothing but 6.43 whole square. So this portion is actually A cube. Okay, and the next one, we can see here it is B, and if I divide 5.18 by 2.59, I'll get 2 into 5.18, bingo, this is B cube. That means denominator is A cube minus B cube. So that means this boils down to 1 upon A minus B. Now how much is 6.43 minus 5.18? And that would be 1.25. So it is 1 by 1.25, that is 100 by 125, or 4 by 5, that is 0.8. So value of this expression is 0.8. So it should lie between 0.5 and 1. Option A is the best fit. A's capital exceed B's capital by 20.5%. So let me assume something. Let us assume that B's capital is 1000 into K, and so A's capital is 20.5% more, that it would be 1205K. I can leave K if I don't require it in calculation. B invests his capital at 20% per annum for 3 years, interest compounded annually. Okay. At what rate percent per annum must A invest his capital at simple interest so that at the end of 3 years both get the same amount? Okay, amount received by A after the end of 3rd year would be with help of simple interest 1205 plus 1205 into 3 into R by 100, and this amount should be equals to the amount received by B, that would be 1000 into 1.20% means 1.2 to the power 3. We know that formula for amount in compound interest is A equals to P into 1 plus I to the power n, where I is R by 100, and in case of simple interest it is principal plus interest. So I've used these two formulas, amount in compound interest and amount in simple interest. Now if we solve this, we can get the value of R. So let's start with solving this. 1.2 whole cube would be 1.728, that would be 1728. 1728 minus 1205 would be 523. So 1205 into 3 into R by 100 equals 523. So I can take help of my dost. My dost is here with me. That is my calculator. 523 into 100 divided by 1205 and then divided by 3 will give us 14.47. That means R is 14.47% and correct to one decimal place, so it would be 14.5 percentage. 14.5 feature in option A. Trains A and B start moving at the same time from station X and Y, respectively towards each other on parallel tracks. After passing each other, A and B takes X hours and 8 hours to reach Y and X respectively. If speed of B is 25% more than that of A, then what is the value of X? This is a very typical question of time, speed and distance. And the concept goes like this, that if two moving bodies are approaching towards each other from 2 points X and Y, and suppose they meet at point M, and time taken by X to reach Y after meeting is Tx, and time taken by Y to reach X after meeting is Ty, then speed of X by speed of Y is equals to root over time taken by Y by time taken by X. If we can remember this short formula for these kind of question, we can very easily solve this in no time. Now here, what is the speed of X? What is X? Respectively, speed of A is it is given that speed of B is 25% more than A. So let speed of A is A, and then speed of B is 1.25 A. What is the time taken by B? Time taken by B to reach its destination is 8 hours, and time taken by A to reach its destination after meeting is X. So simply, if we can calculate this, this would be 100 by 125, that is 4 by 5. Squaring both sides, 16 by 25 equals 8 by X. Cancel. X is equals to 25 by 2, that is 12 and half. So what is the value of X? Value of X is 12 and half, that is option C. If we know this concept, we can do it in actually 30 seconds. If we don't know this, we will require more time to solve these kind of questions. The cost of 5 chairs and 2 tables is 5820. 5C plus 2T is 5820. Cost of 2 chairs and 1 table. 2 chairs and 1 table is 2640. Okay. This is a simple linear equation and we can solve it and find the value of C and T first at least. If I multiply this by 2, it would be 4C plus 2T equals 2640 into 2 would be 5280. If I subtract these two, then I'll have the value of C. C is 5820 minus 5280, that would be 540. So value of T would be 2640 minus 1080. So T should come at as 1560. So we have value of one chair and we have value of one table. The cost of one table is what percent more than cost of two chairs. Okay, cost of two chairs is 1080. That means we are looking out for 1560 minus 1080 by the cost of table is more than two chairs by 1080 into 100. Isn't it? Yes. So how much would be 1560? 1560 minus 1080 is 480. 480 divided by 1080 will give 44.44%. So do we have option? Yes, nearest to an integer, that means 44%, option A. Renu bought 28 articles for rupees 1540. She sold them at a profit equal to selling price of 6 articles. Let the selling price of one article is X. Then selling price of 28 articles would be 28x. So 28x should be cost price plus profit. Now profit is selling price of 6 articles, that would be 6x. That means 22x is 1540. X is 1540 by 22. 11 2 times 11 140, that is 70. So cost price, selling price of one item is 70 rupees. We have taken selling price as rupees X. Then how many articles did he sell for rupees 840? Number of articles sell for rupees 840. 840 by 70, that would be 12. Renu have sold 12 articles. Option B. A person buys a washing machine on the condition that he shall pay a sum of 5880 as cash down and the same sum at the end of first year and the 2 years. 2 years matlab second year. This is they are talking about second year. What is the total interest paid by him under this scheme if the rate of interest is 5% compounded yearly? Now, under EMI and compound interest combination, the loan amount is calculated with help of EMIs as that suppose EMI is E, it would be E upon 1 plus I to the power 1. Suppose E is the installment amount paid at the end of year 1 plus E2 is the installment amount paid at the year 2 divided by 1 plus I to the power 2. Since there are only 2 installment, I am only writing this much as the formula. Now our installment is 5880 and our I is 5% by 100, that is 5 by 100, that is 0.05. So what is my loan amount which is being taken? Loan amount is 5880 by 1.05 plus 5880 divided by 1.05 whole square. And since calculator help is there, we should use it, and the value that we'll get is 5880 divided by 1.05 will give us 5600. And if I divide again 5600 by 1.05, I'll get the second one's present value, 5333.33. So let's make it 5333. So it comes to 10933. This was the loan amount. Now the question is, what is the total interest paid? Total interest paid is total installment given. Total installment given is 5880 into 2. That would be 0, 16, 7, 1, 11, 760 minus the loan amount 10933. So it would come to 7, 5, 2 and 8. 827. 827 is showcased in option D. Pipes A and B can fill an empty tank in 40 minutes and 60 minutes respectively. And pipe C alone can empty the full tank in X minutes. This is an emptying pipe. All the three pipes are opened for 24 minutes. Okay. So A worked for 24 minutes, B worked for 24 minutes, C also worked for 24 minutes. And then C is closed. A and B together fill the tank in another 16 minutes. That means A again worked for 16 more minutes and B also worked for 16 more minutes. That means altogether A worked for 40 minutes, B worked for 40 minutes and C only worked for 24 minutes. And the tank is full. We can use the day fraction format. What is the work done by A in 40 minutes? 40 by 40. What is the work done by B in 40 minutes? 40 by 60. So what is the work done by C in 24 minutes? Minus 24 by X, because it is an exhaust 5 and this should be equals to 1 because now the total work is completed. Now 40 by 40 is 1, 1, 1 cancel out. We will have 24 by X is equals to 2 by 3. X is equals to 36. What is the value of X? X is equals to 36. Option C fits in. What is the mean of mode and median of the given data? Okay, we need to find the median also. That means we need to arrange. Let's arrange it. Do we have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, then 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, and 4, 1, 4, 2, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 8, 8. We have 2 sevens, and then we have 8, 8, and then 9, 9. Okay. So what is the mode? Mode is the value which occurs with the highest frequency. That is what? 6. That means mode is equals to 6. Now median के लिए we can start deleting out from the two ends and we can end up at the middle value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me get out the 6. Then this is 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6. 2, 6 gone, 2, 5 gone. So in the middle we have 5 and 6. So median would be 5 plus 6 divided by 2, that is 5.5. Now what is the mean of these two? Mean of these two is 6 plus 5.5 divided by 2. 11.5 divided by 2 will give us 5.75. 5.75 features in option A. So, a peculiar question from time and work. Let's revise the basic formulas first of time and work. Like suppose if A can complete a piece of work in A days and B can complete a piece of work in B days, and if both are working together, then the time taken by them would be product by sum. That would be AB upon A plus B. One thing. And suppose if time taken by A plus B to complete a piece of work is X days and A alone is Y days, then to find the time taken by B, we need to subtract these two. Then in that case, we'll use the format of product by difference. Product by difference. Product by difference would be XY upon Y minus X. So using the two basic formulas, we can calculate this sum. A and B together can do a certain piece of work in 16 days. A and B in 16 days. B and C together in 20 days. B, C in 20 days. If A is twice as good as C, Very good. Then B alone can do the same work in how many days? So if I subtract these two, I'll get A minus C. And when we subtract two things, we use product by difference. So A minus C would be product by difference is 4, that is 80 days. So A minus C is 80 and A is twice as good as C. So if C takes twice the time, A takes half of that time, that means A minus C is 80. What we can understand from this, that subtraction of x and 2x is 80. Now subtraction of x and 2x is 80. That means x into 2x upon 2x minus x is x. 2x is 80. X is equals to 40. That means A takes 40 days, C takes 80 days. But they have asked how much time is taken by B. From this equation A plus B, if I deduct A, I'll get B. And to deduct, I'll again use the formula xy upon y minus x. So it would be xy upon y minus x. 40 minus 16 would be 24. 4, 10, 4, 6, 5, 3. So this is 80 by 3 days. Time taken by B to do this thing alone would be 26 2 by 3 days. 26 2 by 3 features in option C. When 5075, 3584 and 2732 are divided by the greatest number D, the remainder in each case is R. Three numbers are given, and when they are divided by D, remainder in each case is R. Whenever we have this kind of question, answer is simply, what is D? D is HCF of difference in pairs. If you know this concept, this question is actually 30-seconder. We just need to find the difference. 5075 minus 3584 is 1419. Again, 3584 minus 2732 is 852. And again, the third difference would be 5075 minus 2732, that is 2343. Okay, we need to find the HCF of these three numbers. 71491 71. Okay, I'm getting a hint, 71. Let me see. 1491 is divisible by 71. Yes, 21. So this is 71 into 21. 71 is the prime number, na? So that's why it's striked. 852 into 71. Sorry, we need to do 852 divided by 71 is 12. This is 71 into 12. And 2343 divided by 71 will give 33. So this is 71 into 33. So we have 71 common, and we have 3 also common. 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. So HCF is 71 into 3, that is 243. So that is the value of D. What is our D? D is 213. Now what is the remainder in each case? For remainder again, let's divide any number 2732 by 213. 2732 divided by 213 is 12. 12 into 213 minus 2732. Remainder would be 176. And you can check, it would be 176 with all the three remaining numbers again. Now what is the value of 3D minus 2R? 213 into 3 is 639. 176 into 2 is 352. So difference would be 63 minus 35, 287. 287 features in option C. Now this is a question from mensuration, and here they have talked about hollow cylinder. So if we have this hollow cylinder, inner radius is R1 and outer radius is R2, of the length maybe like L. Then we need what? Volume of this would be pi R2 is the outer one, na? Okay, R2 square minus R1 is square into L would be the volume, and the surface area, if we take the outer surface area would be pi 2 pi R2L, and inner surface area would be 2 pi R1L. So let's use it and see what is there in the question. The difference between the outer and the inner surface of a right circular metallic pipe 14 centimeter long, that means L is 14 centimeter, is this much. That means the first equation which we have is 2 pi into R2 minus R1 into L, that is 14, is 176. So let me solve this further. 2 into 22 by 7 to R2 minus R1 into 14 is 176. This is 288. This is 44. So this would be 2. Okay, so R2 minus R1 is equals to 2. Now, if the pipe is made up of 396 centimeter square metal, it should be 396 centimeter cube metal. No problem. Its volume should be 396 centimeter cube metal. Then we can use the volume formula. Pi 22 by 7 into R2 square minus R1 square is R2 plus R1 into R2 minus R1 into L. This is equals to 396. Okay. Then what is the sum of outer and inner radius? So they are looking out for R2 plus R1 value. That would be 396 into 7 divided by 22 into 14 into R2 minus R1 is 2. 714 is 2. 396 by 88. 396 by 88 is 4.5. So this sum comes out to 4.5. Yes, we have option A with us. 4.5 is the answer. Okay, a question from simplification, and it features in all TCS examination, minded. And we know that we should follow BODMAS rule. First is bracket. Let us try to solve the brackets first. 7 by 5 would be 36 by 5 minus 27 by 10. So this is 72 by 10. 72 minus 27 is 45 by 10. 45 by 10. This would be 15 by 8 divided 4 by 3 of 3 by 16. This is in bracket. Still we need to do off first. So it would be 1 by 4. 15 by 8 into 4 by 1, that would be 15 by 2. So now we have all the values. This is 42 by 5 divided by 7 by 2 of 36 by 5 minus 45 by 10 divided by 15 by 2. Okay, so first we'll do off. Off would be like this. So this would be 42 by 5 into 5 by 7 into 18 minus 45 by 10 into 2 by 15. So 7, 6 and 6, 3. So this would be 1 by 3 minus 15, 3 and 2, 5. 3 by 5. So it is 5 minus 9. Okay, minus 4 by 15. Yes, we have this answer in option D. So thank you everyone for participating. I hope you have enjoyed this 26 question and you would have now understood that these are better than what were the question asked previously. टिपिकल हैं, डिफिकल्ट नहीं हैं, ईजी हैं तो टाइम कंज्यूमिंग भी हैं. We need to practice a lot so that we can complete this 26 question in 40 minutes and you know the entire drill. You can't move on, you can use calculator, no negatives are there, blah blah blah. And one thing, till time whatever notification we have got, according to that you need to go to a center to write this test. So don't think about doing any malpractices if you are thinking to do that. Please don't do that. Practice a lot. We have entire lot of many different questions from topics, different topics: mensuration, geometry, statistics, data interpretation, time and work, time, speed and distance. And we are producing more mock test related based on these types of questions. So stick to us, stay connected and be with us, and do take up mock tests seriously on our channel. So on that hope, I'll see you soon, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you everyone again for participating. This is Mohit Jain signing off from MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. Thank you everyone.